Hello, my name is Julie Dries. I'm the children's librarian at the Harrison Township Library. Today we are going to do a how-to segment. We are going to learn how to draw Dave Pilkey's Dogman. And this is a step-by-step tutorial, so you can draw right along with me. If you'd like to pause the video now and go and gather supplies, go ahead. You don't need too many things. All you'll need is a piece of paper, and grab yourself a pencil, whether you prefer a regular pencil or a mechanical pencil. Just make sure that you have an eraser. That tends to be helpful when you're learning to draw things in case you make a mistake. If you don't have an eraser on your pencil, grab a separate one if you have one of those available too. I am going to be using a Sharpie today so that you can see it better under the camera. I don't advise learning to draw with a Sharpie, but I'm going to try to do a really good job my first time around so that you can see it clearly, but I'm not going to be able to erase. So if you want to bring things like Sharpies or markers or crayons too, you can gather those, and when you're done, you can color in your drawing. So go ahead and get your things, come on back, and we'll try drawing Dogman step by step together. So here we go with how to draw Dogman. So first of all, we're going to start kind of near the top of our page, and we're going to make a letter C. So I'm left-handed here, so if my hand gets in the way, never fear, I will move it out of the way so that you can see what I've done. So there we've got a letter C, kind of a lopsided C. And if you'll notice, we're kind of towards the top of the page. It's not real big, it's not real little. We need to leave some room towards the bottom because Dogman's going to have a body. So make sure you leave some room to draw that. Now the next thing that we need to do is extend the C. So we're going to go to the bottom where we left off, and we're going to make our C a little bit longer. We're going to go up and make his nose. Make it kind of long and then curve back around and make your line connect to the top of your C. And there you go. You have a Dogman head shape. Go ahead and do that. You see his nose is a little bit longer than the rest of his head. All right, next we're going to make Dogman's eyes. And his eyes are just lines. They kind of look like a number 11. So go ahead and draw those. Keep them kind of close up to the nose part because we still need room for an ear in there. All right, now go down from the first eyeball that you drew. We're going to go down a little ways from that, make a little curve, and we're going to take that around up to the tip of his nose there and make a little smiling mouth. Got his mouth. Now we're going to do the ear, and his ear kind of looks like the letter U. So go up right next to the eye. See towards the top of the eye. We're going to bring our line down and then back up again just to make a U, and that's Dogman's ear. It's starting to look a little familiar to you now. I see a character coming out, and of course we need to go to the end here and we need to give Dogman a nose. So make a little circle there for Dogman's nose. Now we're going to make his hat. So let's go up to the top of his head, and we're going to make a box, not too tall, just about that tall, across and down, so we have his hat on top of his head. All right, you can see it's about the same distance up and across. And now we need to make the little design in his hat. So we're going to make a little letter W kind of near the top of it. See that W there? Once you've done the W, then we're going to bring some of the lines down, go up to the tips of your W, and draw kind of a little curved line going back down to his head on both sides of that W there. There you go. Now we've got Dogman's hat, we've got the design, and we need to make the little brim of his hat right here. So right where his hat and his head meet, just make another little line coming out, and that finishes off his hat. And one more thing that we need for Dogman's face is he kind of has those little freckle whiskers right near his nose. So we're going to draw 3 dots there. And there we go. Now we have a complete Dogman head. Everybody caught up with me? So now we're going to draw the body. So go right down kind of underneath where his ear is. And we're going to draw a line that goes straight down. Just a straight line to make his body. And then we're going to come straight across the other way for the bottom part. And when we go back up, we're not going to go straight up, we're going to go in just a little bit. So our line goes in just a little bit. And there we go. We have a Dogman body. Now we're going to make some arms and legs here. And when you make the arms and legs, you can do it like I'm doing, or you can make his arms and legs go whichever way that you want. First of all, we're going to make about 5 little lines right here up on his neck, up by his collar. You see how I did that? I fit 5 of them in there. You can do 4 or 3 or whatever you can fit. And now we have our little design that he had on his hat. So before we make our arms and legs, let's make that same design on his body. So we're going to start by just making a letter U, like that. And then remember how we did the hat, there's kind of a W in there. So go ahead and make a little W connecting the 2 points of the U. And there we go. Now is time for, we're going to start off with an arm. I'm going to make his arm kind of going down, but if you'd like to make his arm going up or whichever way you want, feel free. Dogman's going to be kind of running here, and you can make his arms and legs in whatever position you would like, or you can follow along with the way I'm going to do it. It's up to you. So start off on where his shoulder would be. We're going to start off up here and make kind of a curvy line for his arm, like this. Next, we're going to put some fingers on. So once you've got his arm, we're going to go in right at the edge there, and we're going to make 3 fingers. Dogman has 3 fingers on his hand. So just kind of make little fingers like that. Kind of looks like a wing, doesn't it? It's not a wing though, because we're going to connect it to his body and make it look a little less like a wing and more like an arm. So take your part there and connect it up. Got it? And then he's wearing a shirt. So we're going to make a line right at his wrist to go across so we can see where the shirt stops and his hand begins. So there we've got one Dogman arm. Let's go to the other side now. Make his other hand, so go up into his shoulder. And we're going to make a curvy line like that, kind of like a letter U, or a smile even. And from there, go ahead and add those 3 fingers, just like we did on the other hand. We'll make 3 fingers on this hand too. And now come back around and connect that to the body. And again, because he's wearing the shirt, let's make the point where the shirt ends and his hand begins. And now we have Dogman with 2 arms. We are almost done. We can't have a Dogman without legs, so let's go down to the bottom of his body here, into the bottom corner here. And we'll start a leg by making kind of a check mark. Do you see how I kind of made it? It looks like almost like a check mark there. Go ahead and do that. And then go a little bit further over and make a curve come around on the bottom of the check mark. Now we're going to connect those 2 lines. And then extend that line and circle around, and let's give him a shoe. Everybody with me so far? All right, we're getting to the last part here. We're going to go over to the other side of the body here, and we're going to make his other leg. So let's make a little curvy line going down like that. Then a little further over, we'll make another curvy line. And now we will connect those lines. And let's extend that line out and give Dogman his second shoe. And there you go. We have Dogman. Ta-da, we did it. So now if you'd like to color your Dogman or try drawing him freehand on your own, you can make him in different positions. You could make him with different arms, different legs, doing different things. Maybe you could make your own comic strips and put some speech bubbles or something. You can have him doing different things in your comic strip. So now that you've learned how to draw Dogman, you can have a lot of fun with him.